Hey everybody, I just got back from Vancouver, flight directly to the Montreal area. I'm back home and I chose this better lighting just to show what day 2 post-op looks like after a 4,088 grafts FUT hair transplant done by Dr. Wong and his team of technicians. So this is what the hairs looks like right now. I had my first wash this morning, which I'll talk about later in detail, but yeah, so far so good. They look great, I'd say. No excessive bleeding, no nothing. So in that case, no pimples as well, which is a good sign. Now, I know that myself included, before going through the procedure, I had a few questions I would have wanted someone to answer for me. So that's what I'm going to try to do today. So, immediately, like the days following the procedure, how do you feel in general? I'd say you feel fine. Honestly, I have pretty much zero pain related to any of the areas that I've been operated upon, which is this recipient area, which is where you see the grafts, and also the scar line, which is behind the head where they harvest the hair. Now, what about the urges to scratch your head? Honestly, those I do get sometimes. Like right now, I feel like I'd like to scratch this top part. And also you get the same feelings for the scarring and the staple area. You do get those feelings that you really want to scratch, but you can't. So you have to control your own hand and resist the urge. How is sleep affected by this? So sleep hasn't been so bad. Honestly, I thought it would be worse. However, they give you pretty strong medication to help you recover through sleep. The one thing I would mention though is that if you're not used to sleeping on your back and laying on the scar, you're gonna feel, I wouldn't call it pain because it's not painful, it's discomfort. Even with the medication, you have to find some kind of, not angle, well yeah, actually an angle, and maybe the way you position your pillows in the bed, that your head can rest and your neck is relaxed and it doesn't pull too much tension on the scar. But other than that, sleep is okay. I'd say you wake up intermittently. So for me personally, it's been every 2 or 3 hours, but maybe that was just the stress though. I'll have to see tomorrow. Every 2 or 3 hours, I'd wake up at night, even though I had the medication, which was Advil, 1 pill of Advil before sleep, and one of their Tylenol T3 that they give you post-op, which is Tylenol plus codeine to help you sleep. All right, so how does the scar feel and the recipient area? So the recipient area, it feels, I think this part here at the top is the one that when I pat it to wash it, it felt the most numb. As in, I could see my hand patting my area and I could feel the pressure of my area, but the actual skin itself doesn't have much feeling to it. The temple points though aren't as insensitive. Whereas I was surprised, some people online mentioned that they get very numbed scars at the back of their head, whereas mine is like the opposite. I feel almost all of my scar area already, which I don't know if it's normal, but I'm guessing it is. Not in a painful way though, I know that my skin can feel the touch. That's what I mean. Now, what about flight back if you're flying in from another country, or B, just the same country except it's too long for a drive? So the flights going in, obviously it's just a regular flight, but the flight going out, so today I had to leave Vancouver and come back in Montreal, and honestly it wasn't that bad. The Hasson and Wong team gives you a ball cap that you wear, very loose fitting, and you kind of just let it rest right about like here, or even at the top here. So sure, it goes around here and people could see the the little indentations from your temple points if you get those reconstructed like me. But other than that, I didn't get looked at twice, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I had minimal swelling. I just looked normal wearing a loose ball cap. It's pretty simple. Although the flights, you know, like I would lie if I said I wasn't tired tonight following all of this, but it's no big deal. No pain, no nothing associated with it. How was the first wash? So the first wash, you have to be very careful of the recipient area. You have to take the specific shampoo that they give you, make it into foam with your hands, and just gently pat it onto your recipient area. But don't be like don't be a pansy. You have to actually pat it in so that the chemicals can do their work. But you can't like scratch it. Don't go back and forth. Just pat it on. And then what I did is, since I can't control the pressure of my shower head, I just took a cup of lukewarm water, and when I applied the shampoo, I just rinsed my head with the cup. And then slowly but surely I would remove the hairs that would fall over, the remaining hairs here that would fall over my area. I would just kind of remove them as they were damp, as they were all wet and kind of just fell forward. So also, but the first wash for the scar line it's normal. I just took 2 or 3 fingers and I went like this in circular motion with okay pressure, just making sure that you heal the wounds and all that correctly. Obviously, don't go too strong, but scar at the back shouldn't be no problem with in terms of washing. And other than that, yeah, what can I think of? The medication was sufficient. I'm a 5'10", about 175 pounds, physically active guy. And even then, 1 Advil for the first 2 nights, plus a Tylenol 3, which is Tylenol and codeine, was enough to make me feel 0 pain and knock me out to help me sleep. I will take another T3 tonight, but I think I'm done with Advil on top of it. Although they did mention Advil helps with the swelling, but I just don't want to make this video too long. So if any one of you has any questions or concerns or would like to discuss or share their stories, please let me know. I'd be happy to read them. And other than that, I'll see you in a later update.